As I reflected back on my time at Lipany, I felt proud. If those injuries hadn't happened, if the board were more reasonable and had let us drop down a division, we'd been doing all right. But there was no time for that, because I'd already found another club. They picked me up quickly, so I hopped on my motorcycle and made my way to the northeast. I couldn't help but wonder how a third division Slovakian club was going to afford a €1,000 a week goalkeeper, but there was no time to think about that now. It's nice to be appreciated. Look at the date, June 21st. I just want to point out how quickly this has been resolved. Granted, if I can click and it does anything, that'd be fantastic. Come on, let's go. Exactly 31 days or so later. And my friends, we've kind of fallen up one league, because the Granite here, if I could pick the club out of the list, is in the Belarusian First League, which is one league above the Slovakian Second Division. We've improved our station. We're on 10 points, 1 point clear. Let me see. I'm pull up my notes here on another screen. When I applied, they were on 5 points from 9, and they were in dead last, and they were 2 points from safety. So they've been on a little bit of a run, right? In 3 games, they picked up 5 points. So they sacked their manager and went on a little bit of a run. But I also like about this is that that's not what I like. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. They play 30 games. Not only do they play 30 games, only the bottom 2 get relegated. We've got 18 games to kind of like solidify ourselves here. Let's go negotiate a contract. All right, my friends, welcome in. I feel a lot better about this. We interviewed, let me just go through the list here. FC Lahti in the Finnish First Division. They interviewed me and turned me down. That's the only other interview. Everything else, I only had 2 where I didn't make the short list, which was at Videbergs FF and FC Trollhättan, which are both in the Swedish First Division South, which is like the 89th league in Europe. And then I did apply to a bunch of Swedish Second Division teams, because that's what's available right now at this point in the year, right? With it being mid-season versus a whole season thing. They're going to give us a 120K transfer budget on a 17K wage budget, 1.4K. Oh, that's my wage. I was like, that's a lot of wage budget. How much budget? 17 grand? How much? That's like 1,000. Let's just ballpark. 2,000. 3,000. I'm just ballparking here. 4,000. How much are the staff making? Am I reading that right? They're going to give me 1.4K. I didn't do that with the last club, but I really wish you could see the books as part of the negotiation. I think that's fair. They just want us to fight bravely against relegation. I'm actually going to knock this down like a little bit. Oh, they only want a 6-month contract. Maximum contract length restricted by the board to the club's current stature, so I wouldn't be able to do more than 2 years. 6 months is great. That's what we want. So we'll knock it down a couple $100 because that I'm worried about. I'm worried about the finances. Yeah, let's do it, boys. I'm considered a coup. 3-match unbeaten run. The difference between the last 2 episodes, or the when I applied, not the last 2 episodes, when I applied and now, but Okay. Please tell me they play the asymmetric. Or is it just like finagling people into those spots because that's the last thing I had at the club? Please tell. There's no way. There's no way they play a 4-1-4-1 asymmetric. That's probably, it has something about the game that I don't know. Our captain is our high earner, and he is not on the list. Where? Neskoromny. Oh, that's him. Okay. I think Kazakov was the important player down here. Igor Kazakov. Okay, is he any... Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just go. It said 14... It didn't say 1.4 grade. It said 17 grade, right? What? How do we have so much money? I am so confused. They finished 9th last 2 seasons running. Did they have did somebody buy the club? I'm what? Do we have any affiliates? I doubt it. Oh, we do. They pay us 15 grand. This guy was sacked. I don't understand. How do we have 12.5 grand in available wage budget? Oh, I can't do that yet. When our highest earner is on $475 a week and is amazing at that level. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. So ignore the fact that that's amazing at this level, but I'm so, I'm just clicking all over. I'm so befuddled. We can go up to 1,800 on a star player contract right now, and that's without having put any of our transfer budget into the wage budget. How do we have so much money? Why haven't they spent this much money? They'll throw in more money. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got ahead of ourselves last time. Let's just avoid relegation. Okay. We are 1 point from that. Relegation battle would be maybe 14th. I don't know what it officially is, but let's just leave it. They want us in the second round of the Belarusian Cup. I've never managed in Belarus. I'm kind of excited. Is it because there's no staff? Okay, so we gotta hire some staff members. That'll eat up some budget. But our assistant makes 180. We make 1 point. Oh dear, that's probably bad that you make that much more money than your. Okay, the director of football makes 180. Did they build a new stadium? And that is really upped. 1694. We can't tell what it was like before then. Has that helped? I don't understand what is happening right now. What on earth? Can we go scout some players and go spend, if we spent 1,800 a pop, right? We get 4 of them and use up a good chunk of our budget. What is that? That's less than 8 grand. We'd still have money to spend. And that, oh my good, let me go figure out some things and like post all the jobs, and then we'll take a look at the squad and like figure out where they go. The thing I did kind of go like, ooh, is there must be at least 2 under 20 players in the playing 11. You must have 2 in the playing 11. And there must be 4 in the match squad, and you only have 7 subs. So you gotta start 2 and put 2 on the bench, 2 of your 7 subs, and you can use 5 subs. No foreign players, so we can't, maybe that impacts a little bit. Maybe there's just some players good enough. You can't bring in players from outside. But you'd think you could like snap up some really good Belarusian talent, right? Maybe I'm crazy, but that does, this puts a, because like, you know, what happens if somebody gets injured and you've used all your subs, or like you don't have anybody available that's under 20 because you subbed on your under 20 and then the under 20 that you subbed on got injured? What happens then? What happens then, indeed? So, oh dearie me. Goalkeeper. Oh, that's not good. 2 of them have to be on the pitch at one point. The under 19s are terrible. They're not existent. They're all in the reserves. What? Why would you have it that way? Okay, I'm gonna go figure this out. I'll be back. All right, doing my comparison here. Goalkeepers, best aerial ability in the league by a pretty wide margin on the average, right? Really terrible command of the box. Everything else is kind of average. Defensively poor on heading and jumping and pace. Decent on acceleration. So short distances, they can accelerate and catch up, but not long distances, because then they're going to get outrun. Not great at positioning. Midfield, really technical midfield. Everything else crap. Holy cow, look at that. I haven't looked at all the players. This is the first thing I'm doing. Decent attack. Physicals take the goalkeepers out. Oh, that's interesting. Mentals take the goalkeepers out. Really poor decision making. Is this just a hoofball? But we don't have the pace, right? We don't. We got decent pace and acceleration. Do we just hoofball it? You can't make a good decision anyway, so just keep punting it long and eventually it works out. Concentration's terrible. Technical ability. Super technical. That is curious. What is going on? Oh dear, this is the best I can come up with. I mean, it says we played all right. If you go to the team report, and you get the assistant report, right? Have impressed with 4-4-2 over the past couple of seasons, creating an average of 5 chances per 90 minutes facing it. And oh, that's not what it said. That's not what I thought it said. I don't understand. Created average of 9 chances while playing the 4-2-3-1 narrow. We don't have 3 really good attacking midfielders. And an average of 4 more chances than their opponents per 90 minutes playing with the 4-2-3-1 narrow. But then hasn't been very effective over the past couple of seasons, conceding an average of 8 chances per 90 minutes while playing with it. And have conceded an average of 8 chances per minute. Yeah, like, oh, that's wide. So playing against a narrow has not gone well. Playing a wide hasn't gone well. 4-2-3-1 narrow. We don't have anybody that beside. I mean, we have that. He's not. No, we're not doing that. That doesn't seem to be wise. Yeah. Oh boy. for 10 goals. Tied for second worst. And against, actually not bad. We need to create some more goals. That's what that tells me. So we're going to go counterattack. This is tough at the low league level. We do have time to scout before the transfer window, which is in August, so that's good. So I've got essentially a direct counterattack, 4-4-1-1. We've got a route 1. Drachev isn't the best. He's 6 feet tall, but in terms of our options, he's actually pretty good at heading. Now the strength isn't that great, so you could argue he would do better there. Actually, might try that. Can you do a route 1? Like, it's more like ball into space, like play it over the top rather than play it straight to him. We'll try as it's dictated, but on attack rather than support. Frequently waste time. This guy's best spot is attacking mid, but honestly, he looks pretty good from a attribute standpoint for Shadow Striker. That's why I changed that. And then here we've got 4-4-1-1, but like no instructions. Keep it pretty simple. We have adjusted some of the rules, like defend. This guy's he's really our only right back. I mean, oh, look at that. That's bad. That's very, very not good for us. But his crossing and dribbling is atrocious. It's better to just use him as a fullback on defend to release this guy, who's knows complete wingback for some reason, and he's decent on support. You know, that's okay. He's all right. We'd be all right with that. But yeah, and what I've done is, you'll note here, we've got, you know, if you look at the goalkeepers, a 2-star versus a 3-star isn't as big of a difference. I mean, he's not great, let's be honest, but you have to have 2 playing at all times. And so this guy is decent-ish as a center back. He can sub on, but he's more of a left back. Lobatsevic is going to cover the attacking mid, I guess. I mean, look at all the gray numbers. Oh my goodness. This guy can do the same thing. He can cover the wing or the Shadow Striker. He's actually a pretty decent Shadow Striker. Can't finish to save his life, but he can strike from the shadows. Look at, oh man, that's a lot of forehead with the hair back here at 20 years old. But it kind of, the team from that standpoint kind of picks itself, I feel. This guy can challenge when he comes back from a midfield standpoint. He has a torn hammy. He'll be out for another 3 weeks, and then he'll be back. And we just need to hire some scouts and get scouting. It's like, I feel like it's almost like survive until the garage door until August. That's kind of what it feels like. Now we take on 13th. That's a winnable game. 11th, 2nd, 3rd, and 1st. So we'd like to pick up some early points. Good for morale, all that kind of stuff. That's why I was thinking, okay, maybe we play the 4-4-1-1 balanced or positive, like to give us something at home to play. I mean, we're only 2 points behind them, right? So like to give us the option of playing something a little bit more positive, a little bit more attacking. But I'm not convinced that's going to work. I thought about like these guys. That seems to be the best, but it says we've not played very well with it. I think we might try it against 13th. So we have the defensive options to work on, but like, again, I understand the team report, right? Hasn't been very effective conceding an average of 8 chances. 8 chances. But we played well with narrow, but I don't understand that. We don't have enough players to play narrow effectively. I don't think. There's also no playmaker in this situation. You know, we could do like a, oh dear. All of this is bad. He's really a right winger and we're using him, you know. Do we try that? I mean, can you... Not really. Grasping at straws. Yeah. That really puts our back line at, like, there's no one kind of holding their position. It would be better. This guy can't mark, but everything else is pretty good. That's what we're dealing with. It's like, well, you can't really do that job, but you're somewhat decent at part of the job. Maybe this guy with all his acceleration and agility and dribbling can get into difficult positions and get something done. Yeah. Interesting squad rules. I'll give you this before we leave. We are scouting. Sorry, let's get the assignments. Okay. A right back. He's the first thing that when I clicked on scout reports popped up. It almost doesn't matter how bad he is. We need another right back. Another right back who also is versatile, my friends, can play center back, also 19. This guy who has 3 goals in the Belarusian First League on a 706 looks a treat, and we've got budget to spend something like that. This guy, who I think qualifies for under 21, we'll have to see how he pans out. He's only played friendlies or under 19 games. And then this guy who's Georgian, this would be amazing. He's 30. They would hate this. He's Georgian. However, because we can't have foreign players, he's also Belarusian. That would be amazing if we could. Oh, he's wanted. They want $6,000. I'm tempted to just, like, do we just buy him without scouting him? Like, there's nothing in here that scares me. It almost doesn't matter. And it would give us another option up top. Okay, let's just compare, okay? Drachev is, okay, we'll just go to Drachev. Let's compare to the last guy we saw. Is that him? Is that yeah, that's the guy. We already know he's more physical. Now, Drachev is faster, much better vision, almost doubling the vision. Almost as good attacking, more technical, aerial, mental, and we don't know about defending. The club vision, do not sign players over the age of 30. He's 30. What are your thoughts there, my friends? I mean, he's got 1 start and 10 subs at the highest league with nothing to show for it, but he's never really got going. But, I mean, just in comparison to our team, right? Like, now he would want, I'm sure, crazy wages. $725 is what he's on right now. If I can find the wage. Oh, I already looked at it. $1,800. We got money to spend, son. They're gonna sell you. Your contract's gonna your career's gonna be over. Come play for us. 2-year contract. We could do that. We could do that. I think we may just go ahead and just for $6,000. Media description: midfielder. Maybe it's because he's an attacking midfielder, but he would be. We could play like a 4-4-2. It gives us some flexibility, I guess, is what I'm thinking, because nobody in our attacking third is an under 21 or 20 under 20 player. I've talked myself into it. All right, my friends. Let's see what happens with that. Next episode, hit the like button for finding a club so quickly. How about that? Profile. We still got to work on it. It's not back to full star yet, but we're working on it. We got all of our ads out for our staff. I haven't done anything with the youth team. I'm more concerned with like getting our normal staff and physios and a scout. We have a chief scout, but another scout, in the mix. And we'll take it from there, my friends. See you next time.